Hello everyone, how are you doing? Fine? I'm sure you are, because you are watching Trinity Roadmap, and at this very moment we are heading for IELTS, International English Language Testing System. It is accepted by most academic institutions, over 3,000 in the US alone, and various professional organizations across the world. But I'll tell you what, with us today we have a person who knows a lot about this exam. Her name is Maria Ищенко. Welcome to the program, Maria.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm very fine.
Okay, and could you tell us about the exam? And the first question is, why did you decide to take IELTS?
First of all, I will be done with my school in 2 years, so I will obviously need to apply to a university, and I will surely need an independent exam just like IELTS or TOEFL or SAT, so that a university I'll be applying to will be able to assess the level of my English. So it is very important for me to practice so that I know the format of the exam well and I can do better next time.
Thank you. And could you possibly tell us about the exam? How did it all go?
The exam itself was not difficult. I think that IELTS is one of the easiest English exams comparing to exams like SAT.
Sure it is. Mm-hmm.
But what makes it harder is the pressure and the stress you get during the exam and before the exam while you're preparing. So it is important to remain calm and deal with the stress properly.
Okay. Well, tell us about lessons at Trinity, will you? What were they like and what was the flair?
The thing I enjoyed and appreciated the most was that my teacher, her name is Daria, she provided me with all the sources I needed and they were appropriate for my level of English, because I feel like at this point I require more practice than the actual knowledge. So practice is very important while you're preparing for your exam, and I think that it is very important that your teacher understands what is suitable for you.
Okay, thank you. Well, and here's a question that doesn't have to do with the exam. It's not about IELTS, it's about football. How often do you talk to Igor Ищенко, famous football referee? I'm getting at the fact that Maria is Igor Ищенko's daughter.
I talk to my father, Igor Ищенko, every day, but we never actually talk about football. Maybe you do not know, but my father retired as a referee a few years ago, because referees retire when they turn 45. But now he still does some job related to football. Now he works with the younger referees, he trains them and he assesses their work.
Okay, right. Well, traditionally at the end of our talk we ask our guests about tips. What tips would you give to those students who are going to take IELTS?
I actually do not have many tips which will help you preparing for the exam, but I have many tips that help me in the actual exam how to deal with the stress. For example, when I feel like I am very nervous and anxious, I chew a gum. You have to remember that it is prohibited to chew gums in the examination hall, but before that...
How interesting. Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it really work?
Yeah, it does work. I feel like because you actually do something, there is some motion.
Kind of distraction.
Going on. Yeah, it is distracting you. So, about the actual exam, for speaking beforehand, make sure you run through all the topics that may come up so that you have at least general knowledge about anything, because sometimes there can be a topic you do not know anything about and you're just blank, having no idea what to say, but you still have to keep on talking. So that's very important. The thing I do for reading, which actually helps me with the time management, is when I receive the question sheet, I directly go on to the questions, I read them, I take a pencil, I underline all the key words in the questions so that I remember what the question is about. So when I go through the passage, I know what the answer is and what the question is, basically.
Very useful tip, really.
Yeah. About listening, I think you cannot study for listening. All you can do is find as many past papers as you can and prepare as much as you can. Practicing is the most important part in listening, and I feel like the same goes to writing. The more you write, the more reading you do, the more general knowledge you gain, the better your writing becomes.
Thank you, Maria, for an interesting talk. Useful, really useful
Thank you
advice.
too.
Keep on brushing up and mastering your English. Make it work for you because it's a tool we really need. Cheerio!